Hello, it is I, Digimon Pal, getting ready for the trip to the video game exchange in Greenfield. And as you can see, it's early morning because you can't see nothing. So, probably next time you'll see me, it will be at the convention itself. Or the exchange itself. Something like that. Alrighty, I do believe this is the place, probably? Perhaps? Let's go take a look inside. How you doing? But nah, I just got out of the event here. You know, you can see in the background this very nice looking building, the Hilton Skelter. I don't know what I'm talking about. I look horrible with this beard. But just got done, got a couple of neat things. I'll go more in detail later on in the video. Sorry, I look like a man that stayed. It is hot. Very, very hot. The inside of the building was great, but as soon as you walk outside in this pavement, ooh, it's hot. So, spent a lot more money than I should have. Kind of goes without saying with these events. So, might as well visit the local Goodwill so I'm in the area, right? Hello, I'm back. This is actually the day after the event because it was very late at night by the time I got home. So, yeah. But I got a nice little, little stuff. Most of them was trades, and then some of them I was paid with money. As you can see, I got a random assortment of things, and thought it'd be, a little neat to just record them here. Because, yeah, start out with this one here, got this for the missus. She's a really big fan of the Bombshells. It's the Wonder Woman one. She already opened it up. Just figured, just show it off here, but that's hers, got it for her. It was pretty neat, her favorite's Batgirl. But she likes Wonder Woman too, so that works out. Works out very nicely. And some of the figurines, we'll start with the figurines first. Because I like Five Nights at Freddy's because I am that kind of person. Silver Foxy. That's pretty cool. And then I got these two with Silver Foxy. Little Ryu and then Ken. Different color outfits. Those I got by trading my Matchbox and Hot Wheels cars, so those were basically completely free. Then another figurine, Plant 40, yeah, the little ones were 41 from Resident Evil 2. Thought this was pretty cool. This guy I paid for. Only $5 though. I think it's got everything. I don't remember if this came with anything. I remember when they first released the Resident Evil toys. Those were great times. Then continuing on with the figurines. This is straight from Japan. These were little mystery box figurines for Final Fantasy's 30th year anniversary. Offensive comes from Series 2, I believe. Or was it Series 1? One was Series 1, was Series 2, but Offensive is pretty cool. You know, I love my Final Fantasy 7. And then another Final Fantasy 7, Sephiroth. Don't know if it can focus very well. And then I got a pack of the new series of the Final Fantasy cards. Gonna start collecting these. Gonna try to go through my Magic and Yu-Gi-Oh! See if I can get some bucks out of them. Maybe someday. I don't think I got anything too noteworthy. So add that to the binder. But now let's get to the fun stuff. The video games. So, we got, I used to have this. I had this the Christmas of the year it came out for PS2. I was young at the time and didn't have the money to support it, so I ended up taking it back. But now, I mean, now I know it's kind of pointless because it's the PS2 version. But not only do that, I got all the expansions. I believe there was only 3 of them for the PS2. Which is pretty neat. You know, that's really just for the collection, because I'm a Final Fantasy nut. That's something in the back there. What is that? Oh. And here I am dropping my phone like a dummy. Sorry, I'm doing all this. Look, not only have the English manual, but the French manual. And then postcard, registration card, what have you. So those are pretty neat to have, I think anyway. Paid only paid really just $25 for the whole set. I mean, like I said, I know it's kind of pointless, but I think it's pretty cool. Plus, it has really cool artwork on the stuff. But Final Fantasy XI, I never really played a whole lot. I have nothing against it. It's just wish it was called Final Fantasy MMO 1 and 2 instead of Final Fantasy 11, 14. But that's me. Okay. Unopened. Tom Clancy Splinter Cell, Pandora tomorrow. Just because. The guy actually begged me to take the other ones with the other Cell GBA games he had, but none of the other ones interest me. Sorry, dude. Did I trade something for this? Yeah, I traded IQ Final for not only this, but also this. This is actually going to a buddy of mine, because EX Alpha 2 is one of his favorite fighting games. It's the Japanese version, which is pretty cool. But yeah, basically traded that and Splinter Cell for my IQ Final Japanese import. Now this, the moment I saw this, I had to get it. The Star Wars fighting game. Capcom couldn't make their own, so so LucasArts wanted to make their own instead of letting Capcom make them, and we know how that happened. So we're gonna have some fun with this one as soon as I get a working PS3. So that's cool. Snake's Revenge. because I love my Metal Gear games, and it was pretty cool to see this one. Oh, the Star Wars one I bought myself. This one, what did I trade it for this one? What did I trade for this one? I'm blanking on it. I can't remember what I traded for this one. But yeah, Snake's Revenge, that's pretty cool. Toy Story on the Sega Genesis. Now I have both the SNES version and the Genesis one. This guy that I got this from, I traded it. He's actually a very big Genesis collector. Get the manuals. He said all the ones he was selling, which was quite a bit. I don't know if I can't recall if I had it in a video, which I do apologize about. I didn't record a whole lot of stuff because I was just so into it. But he was a Sega Genesis collector, and he said all the ones he had, which was a table full of them, was just doubles he had. And I managed to trade my copy of it was some boxing game for the Sega Genesis that had like all the manuals and the registration and whatnot. The little things that used to come with these back in the day. So I traded that. He said he actually didn't have that one, so that was pretty cool. So yeah, I got the SNES and the Sega Genesis one. Debatable about which version's better. This one has more story and text with the cutscenes, but the SNES one has better music. So, tomato, I suppose. Secret World of Area 80, pay for this one. The guy who was selling these was only selling them for $10 each. And this is the one I've been wanting to see the most out of the ones from Ghibli I haven't seen yet. So that's pretty cool. Pretty cool. And there's this game. This game I just bought because it was only $5. This is a horror game I've heard about. If I recall, I think it was kind of bad. But I think it'd be pretty neat to play through. Plus, it's another Wii game. Play that in my Wii U. Okay. Now, I know I already have Final Fantasy XIII, but I've always wanted the 360 version. For one reason and one reason only. Well, two reasons. As you can see, compared to Blu-ray, 360 didn't really do Blu-ray technology at that point. So, disc 1, 2, and 3. That's right, Final Fantasy XIII was on 3 discs on the 360, and I got very nostalgic about that. Pretty cool. The other thing that I liked about this too, other than the nostalgia, was there's a bug exclusive in the 360 version where you can, I don't know how exactly you can achieve it, but you can get one of the party members from early in the game, there was a guest party member, to join you in the final dungeon, or so on, something like that. And that's an exclusive 360 exclusive bug. I think that's all I need to say about that one. Alrighty. Now Resident Evil Dead Aim. One of the Resident Evil games I've been wanting to get. I traded this for this one too. I traded Jumping Flash and Robin Hood on the NES to get this. Definitely gonna be looking forward to this when I get to it. Just a matter of trying to find the time to do everything nowadays. Pretty neat. I'm gonna have a lot of fun with this. I know it's not the best game in the world, but hey, Resident Evil. And speaking of Resident Evil, there's this, which I heard of this game, and it also came with the peripheral. Kind of interesting things for it. But yeah, got this with the gun. Traded Mega Man 3 for this right here, which I think was okay. Then we have a bunch of smalls here. Fist of the North Star I did pay $3 for. I just saw it and I'm like, I'm gonna get that. Because one of the things I want to do is I want to start playing Game Boy Colors, and Game Boy Advance videos, or playthroughs, and start playing them. Like, one of the things I wanted to hunt for was a Retro Freak at this convention, but nobody had it, so that's still something that I like to get to be able to play these and record them decently. All these were $1, which is pretty hilarious. Lindsay McGuire 2, Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, yeah, the first one, I believe. SpongeBob, and then of course Shrek 2, Before Mercy, Beg for Mercy, Before Mercy. Now, probably my biggest thing here was these two. God Hand, great shape, manual and all that, and the first Breath of Fire on SNES. Did not have to pay for a single one of these. I traded my copy of Mega Man 5 for these two together, and I am alright with that. I don't feel shame about that whatsoever. More so with the Mega Man Legacy Collection out now, so if I ever do want to play Mega Man, the early Mega Man games, I'll just get one of those. But that's really all my haul here. As you can see, I've got a little jump thing going on here. So not too much. Some of the things I wish I had the money for, or overlooked, or what have you. There was a big old plushie Moogle that I would have loved to have, but I just don't have the space for, unfortunately. Even though I have all the space for this. And then, if it wasn't going to be God Hand, there was another one. Haunting Ground was there, and the guy was wanting to do 75 for it. And I'm fairly certain I would have been able to trade just Mega Man 5 for that. So, it was either God Hand or Haunting Ground. But by the time I went back over to try to get Haunting Ground, it was gone. So somebody sniped that as soon as possible, which I don't blame them. So God Hand it was. Actually, truth be told, I wanted God Hand first. Then I went back over there to see maybe if I could work out some kind of deal, and it was gone. Then the other thing that I didn't get, that I thought about real hard about it, was somebody had Final Fantasy VII on an NES cart, the bootleg Final Fantasy game with the English translation. Selling was $40, but I'm like, I could just download that for free. But it's nice to have it on an NES cart. Thought about long and hard, like, maybe at another time. But that's really it for this little thing. My little adventure here. I like to do this more often. So, this has been Dishamon Pal with a really silly little thing.